These are 6 simple steps to make your eyes look bigger. So the first step, it doesn't even include the eye, but it involves your brows. How your brows looks is gonna define how your eyes are perceived. So a higher arch, a higher brow is going to give that bigger eye illusion. If your brow sits more downward, it's going to close up this area, just gonna make it look smaller. We lift the brow, it's gonna open up the whole area. So the first step is just lift up the eyebrow. I personally like to make my eyebrows a little bit skinnier, but that's just my personal preference. You can just brush them up and leave them like that, very natural. But what I personally like to do, and this is just me, you don't have to do this, is pinch the brow with fingers like this to create a skinnier, a more elongated eyebrow. As you can see, it's not a very dramatic change. I just like them a little bit skinnier. Just remember to lift your eyebrow so it opens up the whole eye area. To finish off my brow, I'm just going to extend the tail the tiniest bit, and that's it. And now for the actual eye, second step is to curl your lashes. Now the technique to curl your lashes, it can be a little bit tricky to get it because it depends on your eye shape, on your lash curler, but mainly what you want to achieve is like a curve like that. We don't want these straight angle kind of lashes. And while we get that curl, we also want to kind of lift this side, like the outside of your lash line. It is not a very big deal, like it's fine if you don't get that right. I don't get that right sometimes. Just curl your lashes, okay? Just focus on curling your lashes and you'll be fine. Make sure to grab all the lashes to the very end. The way I like to do it is look at the opposite side and curl and lift the curler like I just did. Like, I don't know how to explain it. This way you're gonna achieve like a nice curl and you're gonna help lift this side a little bit. I'm going to repeat it. Look at that side. And this way I have a nice curl. This side is a little bit more lifted. You try that, it's fine. If you can get this right, just curl your lashes and that will be just fine. Let me conceal the lid just a little bit with whatever is left on my concealer brush, just to even out my eyelid. Now for step 3, let's grab an eyeshadow and an angled brush, something like this. If it's a brow brush, even better because it might be thinner, so more precise. We're going to be using eyeshadow and a brush because it's more forgiving, it's easier to use instead of a liquid liner, which can get messy very quickly. Basically what we want to do here is kind of extend the end of our eye a little bit further. We create a new end for our eye, something like this. Just continue your natural eye shape and follow that to create some sort of line like this, a straight line, easy. Just think of this point as your new last point of your eye, okay? We're gonna create like an eyeliner starting from this new point. We're going to imagine that our waterline now it's a little bit lower and that we're going to kind of follow that and make that new shape. Connect this to create that eyeliner. We're basically doing an eyeliner with a gap in here. Okay, we have our eyeliner now. Let's move to step 4. I literally just told you to imagine that the waterline it's a little bit lower, and that's exactly what we're going to enhance now. From the end of your eyeliner, bring that to your inner corner, leaving a little gap between your waterline and this new line. And just bring it up until here. If you want to make this a little bit more dramatic, just elongate this inner part just a little bit more. I'm kind of following the out of my eye. Now that we have this, we can use darker shades to make it more deeper, make it more contrasting, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a black eyeshadow now. Obviously, if you prefer it more natural like this, just leave it in brown or use even a lighter brown if you want. For the sake of this video, I'm just going to make it stand out as much as I can to show you the actual difference. So I'm going to take a black eyeshadow. I'm just going to repeat everything that I just did with the black. apply a little bit here. You can also go in with a liquid liner now that you have the shape that you want, but I would suggest to only go with liquid liner on the actual eyeliner, not on this lower line, because for the lower line we want something a tiny little bit more natural, and eyeshadow gives that effect better than a liquid liner. It can look more harsh. This one from Shiseido is actually so perfect, because look at that, it's so tiny. It's literally perfect. Small details like this. Okay, that's ready, and now you can see a little bit of difference on the color and the contrast between the two, which actually looks really nice in my opinion. Now step 5, it's going to be enhance that little gap that we left by creating more contrast. You can do that either with eyeshadow or with a gel liner or something. I personally prefer eyeshadow because it's softer, it's gonna look a little bit more natural, whereas the gel liner is gonna give more of a doll-like kind of fade, like more harsh. But also when choosing the eyeshadow, you can go softer or more harsh, and that's gonna depend on the color. So if you want a very high contrast, you can go in with a white. If you want softer contrast, you can go with something that is similar to your skin tone, for example this one here. Grab another small brush. I'm grabbing another angled brush. It doesn't need to be angled this time, you just need something that's going to fit that small gap. So I'm going to start with the softer version, because from there we can always build more contrast. I'm going to grab that, fill in that gap between the waterline and the line that we just did, and even the gap in here. Hope you can see that small tiny gap. Actually bring this a little bit up to open up the inner corner, but we still have to do something with the waterline, and for that we're actually going to use a gel liner. Again, I'm going to grab a pure white. I'm going to grab something that's similar to my skin tone. I'm going to enhance this contrast a tiny little bit, but you can leave it like this or enhance it fully. I'm going to grab a little bit of the white and place it more on the inner corner and here. And now what we can do is grab a light shade similar to the one in the gap, but with shimmer. I'm actually going to use my finger so it has a little bit more payoff. And the highlight on the inner corner, it just opens up the eye a lot. Now this is the last step, it's just mascara. Grabbing something that it's going to come really well on my lashes and leave them quite natural, and for that I'm going to use the Lisa Eldridge Kitten Lash Mascara. I don't want a very heavy coat of mascara. For the big eye effect, you want to actually coat all the lashes. If we wanted something more lifted, you should only focus the mascara on the outer part of your eye, so here. But since we're making it bigger, we want the mascara to coat all the lashes in upward motions like this. For the bottom lashes, since we have like a new kind of waterline, this can be a little bit tricky. We want to keep the mascara just on the tip of the lashes. You don't want to coat them fully. Like the lashes go straight through that new waterline, right? So if we coat them fully, that effect is gonna lose a little bit. So tap the mascara on the very end of your lashes. So that's literally it. It was 6 things, and one of them wasn't even eye related. You can literally just see how much bigger this eye looks compared to this. You can do it. I promise you can do it. Like, just follow this. Look at my eye first. And look at that. This is obviously with both eyes fully done. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you're gonna do it. If you want specific tutorials like this, just let me know, because this was requested by one of you in my comment section. And don't forget to check out my Instagram and TikTok. I post a lot more in there. Everything that I use will be linked down below as always. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye!